Man, my commentary was all over the place in the last episode. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, towards the end of it, it was like all loopy and stuff. I was finding it hard to explain stuff to you. But anyway, guys, we're back, and we're going to be heading over to Norfair now. Hooray! Yay, the hellish, demonish place that is Norfair, full of fire and all sorts of nasty things. But Norfair is actually, I think, the biggest area in the game. Well, it's kind of debatable actually, because, well, Meridia is actually pretty big as well, so it's like kind of debatable which place is actually bigger. And this place is pretty big too, Brinstar. Now, this is what we're going to be getting a missile pack right now, and this is one of those missile packs that you wouldn't know the first clue of where to find it without a guide, but you come up into this warp pipe right here and you'll find yourself a missile pack. Yeah, that one's pretty damn hard to find. It took me a while to find it, actually. But most of the missile packs in this game I actually used a guide for, but I think that one I found by myself after just like going over the place and looking everywhere. Okay. Yeah, to shoot those things you have to... You'll come across doors like that later on in the game that you can't get behind, and the only way you're going to get behind them is if you have the Spazer and the wave beam equipped at the same time. Because the wave beam allows you to shoot behind stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to shoot behind. And the Spazer is a weapon that you got in Metroid 2 actually. And it's the gun that splits into 3 separate blasts. Okay, I'm going to try and run under these guys because I'm being bombarded by attacks right now, and I need to get some health, because I'm not watching my health at the moment. Yeah, I'm being a bit careless. I need to stop being so careless. Right, okay, we're going to run right across this. I think we'll have enough speed to get across. Yeah, there we go. Even though if we went down the bottom it would have been a dead end anyway. And this is the only way to Norfair at this point in the game, so... But Norfair branches off to all sorts of areas, I think. It's not just Brinstar that it branches off to. I think there's parts of it that branch off to Kraids. But most of Brinstar all branches off to Kraids. Like, if you want to get to Kraids, you have to come to Brinstar first. Yeah, mostly. I don't think there is... an area in Norfair that branches off to Meridia. There might be, I can't remember. But as soon as we get the map we'll be able to get our bearings of where we're supposed to be going and stuff. But if you come down to this corridor right here you'll find a dead end, but, well, not a dead end because it branches off to these 2 rooms right here and you get yourself an energy recharge, which is exactly what we needed. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's not this room. It's the next room. Has to be. Yeah, and the water is going to be your worst enemy because of how slow it makes you. Just makes you so sluggish. It's like you're walking through sludge, kinda. That's how it feels. It's not as bad as the sand in frickin' Meridia, though. The sand in Meridia is just... Ugh, don't even go there. Because in this game you don't really come across that many situations where the water is such a pain in the ass, but then you come to Meridia and you have to do all these stupid jumps, and it becomes a bit annoying. But if you come through here, you'll find yourself the Spazer. So we're definitely collecting stuff in this video, and we haven't even started it yet. I was thinking of trying to fight Kraid in this episode if I get the chance. But you need the high jump boots to fight Kraid though. And we won't be going to Kraids Hideout without those. And the only way you're going to get the high jump boots is if you go to Norfair. So I guess we have no choice of the matter. Okay, right, I'm stuck. Ah! This thing grabbed me. It's like Moldorm. Okay, now I'm stuck. Because the water's just screwed me. Alright, okay, we're going to get a good run up here and try and jump across this. Okay, no, that's not working. I didn't press the A button. Let's try that again. There we go. That's how it's done. Alright, now you come into this corridor here, and this is actually the corridor that branches off to Meridia from Brinstar, but you have to use a power bomb in here to explode, to like destroy the glass, and then it will create like a shortcut to Meridia, basically, and there is a save point down below that tunnel as well. So if you shoot this block out right here, or I think you bomb it maybe, yeah, you'll see that there's a super missile block, and that will lead you to Kraids Hideout. But we're not going in that direction yet. As I said, we're going to Norfair first to get ourselves the high jump boots. And going down this elevator will take us down to Norfair. At least this version of Norfair is not as bad as the version of Norfair in the original game, so we haven't got all those tough enemies to fight. That comes much later, when we get to like Ridley's hideout. That's when the enemies start getting really tough. You need like the plasma beam to kill enemies in there. There might even be a way to sequence break getting into Ridley's hideout early on in the game, but I don't know about that though, because you can access most of Norfair at the beginning of the game, like kind of at the beginning of the game, because Norfair is an area you'll be coming back and forth to as you progress through the game to get pickups. It's probably one of the areas that you have to backtrack through the most, and we just got ourselves another energy tank. I should go ahead and mention that as well. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about right now. Kind of. Alright, so we're coming through here, and we will find ourselves something else. And wonder what this is going to be, something that I've already mentioned before, and yes, it is the high jump boots. So now we can jump up higher. They made you wait so long in Metroid Prime to get the high jump boots. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you had to go through Chozo Ruins, you had to do all that stuff before you got the high jump boots. Because there wasn't really that many areas at the beginning of Metroid Prime where you had to use the high jump boots. Up until you got to like deeper into the Chozo Ruins and Magmal Caverns. That's like kind of areas where you have to use the high jump boots to get to certain things. Alright. So with that, we can actually make a start on Kraids Hideout. Well, actually, I don't think we'll fight Kraid in this video. We might get to Kraid, but I'll probably save fighting Kraid for the next episode. You know, because there's a boss fight and all, and I always like to save boss fights for the next episode. I don't really like going into boss fights like after recording like a 15-minute video or something. So off to Kraids Hideout we go, with 2 energy tanks in hand. I think we're ready to kick some ass. Why did I blow that up? I didn't need to blow that up. All I had to do was shoot it with the super missile. Yeah, I think you can even sequence break this part without getting the super... Oh yeah, you do need the high jump boots. You need the high jump boots to get up there, but I thought... Well, you can sequence break that, but as I said at the beginning of the LP, that I'm not going to sequence break. And I'm not very good at that, so... Yeah, I'm not very good at sequence breaking in this, because I've never actually tried it, so... I'd be like a noob if I was to try and do something like that, and... I don't want to make myself look like a jackass, you know. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna do all this cool shit, and then I don't manage to pull it off. Like, and I keep failing all the time trying to do it. Yeah, the spacer actually makes short work of these guys, so it's always handy to pick that up before coming here. You know what? On my first playthrough of this, I actually went through Kraids Hideout without the use of the spacer, so. Yeah, it wasn't much fun. Because you get gang raped by all those enemies, and then you got that mini Kraid. The obligatory mini Kraid that you have to fight. That comes over from the first game, and is brought into this game. It's kind of cool how all the sequels of Metroid kind of go back to the one that was previously made. So like, there's a lot of stuff in Metroid Prime that refers to Super Metroid, and then there's a lot of stuff in Super Metroid that refers to the original. But I've not actually played Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission, but I think Zero Mission is just a remake of the original, and I think it's got stuff from Super Metroid in there as well. But on Wikipedia, as I read the Wikipedia entry, it only says that Metroid Zero Mission is a remake of the first game, but I've seen like screenshots of Metroid Zero mission, and a lot of the screenshots that I see, it kind of resembles a lot of Super Metroid. So I'm like, I don't know, are they getting something wrong here? Yeah, we just beat Mini Kraid, and he was easy. He was easy. Just wait till we get to fight the real Kraid. That's when shit's gonna get heated. Which will be coming up very shortly, and that will all come to place in the next video. Yeah, there's a fallen soldier here. I don't know if that is a soldier. He looks like he's covered in honey. Alright, so let's blow this thing open. I think you have to use a super missile. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm going to end off the episode here and continue on in the next episode. So in the next episode, let's play Super Metroid. We shall fight Kraid. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take over, to the next video, and goodbye.